Good evening and welcome to In Focus, Bloomsburg University's half-hour TV news feature show bringing you stories of interest to BU students, faculty, staff, and the people of Bloomsburg and the surrounding communities. I'm your co-host, Breon Young.
And I'm Madison Shaik. Here are the stories we are covering this week.
Welcome back to In Focus. Every year, the Community Government Association puts together the big event in Bloomsburg. This event allows Bloomsburg University students to give back to the community and the town they live in. Let's go to TradeLingo to find out more about how this activity helps maintain a sense of community throughout the town of Bloomsburg and its BU students' effort of giving back.
The Big Event is a single-day annual community service event which is sponsored by the Community Government Association of Bloomsburg University. The Big Event gives Bloomsburg University students the opportunity to recognize Bloomsburg residents by showing appreciation for the community they live, learn, and work, and by performing a number of chores such as raking, painting, gardening, mulching, removing debris, and various spring cleaning duties.
The Big Event is a one-day-long service project for the university as itself. It's where students from the university go into town and they help out as many people as possible. And really it goes off of the numbers that we collect as the CGA for town residents wanting the students to come into town. So it's more of a planned event itself. It takes several months to get up to it. And when it finally does happen, you can have 200-300 people that are signed up. And then from there, the jobs are very outgoing, different places all across town, all across the area that they just go and help. So you may have students 10, 15 in a group helping out different areas, and it's just showing the unity that the university has with the town and how big it is in itself that the student population wants to get out there. The students participating in the event, that's really what makes the event itself, because it's the big event for a reason. You have the big portion of the university coming in and our care for the town as a whole, because don't forget, the university takes up a third of the town. So with us taking up that much space, you would think, okay, that's a great portion of the town. What goes on with it? Well, we're showing our love and our devotion to this town and to this specific area, because we don't want it to just reflect the university looks good. We want everywhere to look good for the town, for the university, for the county as a whole. Because if we succeed and the town succeeds, it's a succession together. And really that's what it's showing, is that we go and we do all this stuff during the year. Now it's getting close to the end of the year. Well, why don't we go out there and show you just what we're made of, just what we care about, the stuff that we really hold as our values and our beliefs, that we want to help out, that we want to give back to the community no matter what. This is what our degrees are about. This is what we as the student body care for, and you as the town are helping us through that the whole time. And to me, that's really what makes it. It's not the hours put in doing all this stuff for the big event. It's showing that at the end of the day, we went out there and we helped the whole town as a whole, no matter what the businesses, the people, and really that's what it is giving the ability for these students to go into the town, have a successful day, have a great time, get hours of community service, get out there, get to meet people, get to meet future employers if possible, and then put it on their resume and say, you know what, I did this for several years and it was something that I loved. And that's what it is. That's what the big event really encompasses. It's the love of the student body and the love for the town and the connection between the two.
Blooming bulbs and spring breezes signal that warm weather is on its way. Ready to swing into spring and wondering which hot spots to go to in town to shake the winter doldrums out? Well, here's our downtown rundown correspondent, Aaron Kaplan, keeping us in the know to where to go for warm weather fun in Bloom.
Have you ever wondered where to go in Bloomsburg when the weather gets warm? Well, I'm Aaron Kaplan for In Focus with The Scoop. When the springtime rolls around, the town of Bloomsburg transforms into a beautiful, eye-opening place that offers a wide variety of fun, recreational activities, along with many community events. Students all have their own opinions about where to go in Bloomsburg when the sun starts shining.
When the weather starts to get warm, I usually like to go to Filet. I live right behind there, and they have a really great back porch where you can sit outside and eat and drink and stuff like that. But if I'm not trying to eat, maybe go somewhere out in nature. Bloom Beach is a really nice place to go to.
Sometimes I like to walk to the Big Chill and get some ice cream or just go on walks with friends, maybe get some food.
The town park is becoming an increasingly popular destination in Bloomsburg for people to play basketball, tennis, team sports, disc golf, and much more.
Down here on the river, I like to fish, so coming down to the river is fun.
Yeah, that's a good one. I'm not a big fisherman like my pal here, but he's got a nice balcony at his apartment. We'll go out and just enjoy the scenery, you know.
You play basketball down at the park?
Yeah,
or?
a couple times.
Tell me about that. Does it get competitive out
Oh
there?
yeah, man. It's definitely a good vibe. You know, it's good weather and everyone's down there, and you get after it. It's I feel like sometimes it's good, nice to switch it up rather than going to the gym all the time.
We run at the park. We play frisbee at the park, so it's really nice to get out.
After you break a sweat playing sports down at the park, you can go right into town and get a nice ice cream at the Big Chill, or sit outside for dinner at a nice restaurant. Spring fever is coming, Bloomsburg. Get ready. This is Aaron Kaplan for In Focus.
I'm sure we've all seen the videos playing on the monitors in McCormick, but how much do you know about the group of students who make those videos great? Here's Haley Thomas with a look into the inner workings of the National Broadcasting Society.
Hi, I'm View Involved reporter Haley Thomas. You ever wonder who's walking around campus with the cameras? Well, it's the National Broadcasting Society. I got a chance to sit down and talk to them about what their club is all about.
NBS is the National Broadcasting Society. We do projects out of class, so we do a variety show called Rough Cut. It also brings together students in mass comm to help each other on their projects that you might have in class or outside of class. There's also abilities to network with other people in the same major and professionals in the industry.
Welcome to NBS 39 News. I'm Caitlin Doyle.
And I'm Brian Ortiz.
Our top story tonight centers around a march that happened on campus in protest of an executive order put in place by President Donald Trump. Our field reporter Connell Smith was on location to give us the full story.
I'm live here at Carver Hall at Bloomsburg University, where the BU Indivisible March is underway. It's a march that goes against President Trump's executive order that bans Muslim immigrants and refugees from 7 Muslim-majority nations from entering the United States.
No, what is that? Networking and show taping.
And filming and editing.
Video production and broadcasting galore.
And don't forget about convention.
It was a lot of fun. We got to meet a lot of people from other schools and kind of see how their NBS runs compared to ours. So it was kind of cool to meet everybody and see where everybody at, like quality of video wise.
So I guess my favorite year was my freshman year. We went to LA, so it was my first time in California, and that really opened up my eyes to the broadcasting industry.
This year's convention took place in New York, but what was that experience actually like?
We won the on-the-spot promotional video for the 4th year in a row. Hopefully next year will be our 5th year. Sam, the current president, got the opening as a finalist, but unfortunately did not win. But we did still walk away with an award, which was nice.
Here's a small taste of a video that Matt is referring to. Hope you guys enjoy it.
Are you looking to explore new heights?
Are you seeking for a larger network?
Are you afraid to take the next leap?
Just join. If you have any type of interest in video editing or getting involved in video editing, join. If you don't feel confident enough in your skills, you can sit back and watch and learn from everybody. Everybody in the group is a great group of people to learn from.
Well, there you have it. NBS looks like a lot of fun. Stay tuned next week when we tackle another student organization.
Social media has revolutionized how people seek out and consume information. It is no longer a question as to whether the internet has or is changing the face of the news media. It already has been shown to do so. What still largely remains to be better understood is how this impact might change communities as a consequence. In part 2 of the Mass Communications Research Series, Dr. Chang-Sup Park presents his study on the relative impact social media has on civic engagement among young adults. Here's Darian Pierce with Campus Lowdown's second installment on the DMC's Faculty Research Series this spring semester.
In the first Mass Communications Research Series, we covered Dr. Froelich and video games. For the second installment, we checked in with Dr. Park about the effects of social media on our youth and civic engagement.
And civic engagement, which is one of my major research agendas.
Dr. Park shows us how it is important for youth to participate in active news gathering and be engaged in public affairs.
With young adults, they are so busy taking classes and meeting people, dating, and doing their own things. So anyway, if you look at stats, you can see the gradual decline in terms of vote turnout among 20s and even in 30s, like 80s, 90s, 19 teenagers. Okay? They're not participating much in elections, actually. Even though some people, some young adults, they are really active in helping politicians and getting some agenda about any political issues. So that's kind of one thing we are looking at today. And another thing I want to address is a decline in news media use among young adults. Whenever you have any questions, just come in.
How do you measure social engagement?
Do you mean civic engagement?
Yeah.
This time I used to, how often did you
Throughout the
volunteer
discussion, Dr. Park allowed students to share their thoughts and feedback.
Might be telling you facts, but they're only telling you the facts that they want you to know.
Yeah.
So like that's like a huge issue right now, and like stuff that, especially stuff that's shared on Facebook.
No, seriously, like on Facebook, like if I know if I see something, I'm like, all right, this is probably fake, or I'm gonna go look for different sources. But even adults in my life that I know, they're the first one to send me the incorrect news, and then I send them something back from the same website, like, no, you got it wrong, or this is fake.
If you just look at Asian countries, look at China and South Korea, involved in civic affairs, actualizing citizenship and social media use and online messaging. So online messaging, like getting emailing and forwarding emails, or sharing links, or any information with others. That's about online messaging. So through those things, you can see, oh, this is the way we can understand.
After the presentation concluded, we checked in with some students to hear what they had to say.
I learned that there is a huge connection between in the internet between South Korea and the U.S. and a lot of people study the civic engagement with social media and the peers and what we're posting online, like on Twitter, Facebook, and other social media.
I agreed with most of them, and I thought we had a really good discussion afterwards.
First was Froelich. This has been Park. Tune in April 21st for the final speaker in the MassComm Research Series. This has been your Campus Lowdown. From Bloomsburg's In Focus, I'm Darian Pierce.
Online classes can be an easy and convenient way for students to take a course during their college career. But are these classes as effective as in-person classes? Let's take it over to co-anchor and Did You Know reporter Madison Scheich to see how many students are logging in for class.
And welcome back to Did You Know? This week we're talking about online classes and how now more than ever students are taking online classes instead of going to class. Let's head over to the quad and ask students how they feel about online classes.
I took an emergent media class which was with Dr. Margolis in the Mass Communications Department. I thought it was obviously different than just going to class. You definitely had to keep up with your coursework, like remember things were due. But I liked it because he had like a video component of the class and he would record his session. So it kind of really didn't feel like an online class. It kind of felt like it was just a normal lecture. Yeah.
I never have taken an online class for a reason. I don't like to be dependent on computers at all because they fail a lot more. I like to be in class with the teacher. I feel like I learn a lot more.
It had its ups and downs. On one end, it's a bit harder to kind of feel like you can reach the teacher, but on the other end, it's nice to have the videos where you can kind of go back and look at stuff and just go over it as many times as you need to.
Have that time.
Yeah, but like I said, interaction I think is a bit better. For a math course, I guess, depending on how much help you would need and how able you're willing to figure it out on your own.
You have the mindset to do the work on your own time. And for myself, since I have to take to them in order to walk, I'm grateful that I don't have to come back and get here. But other than that, I mean, like I said, as long as you put in the work, online classes are a good option to take.
Next, we sit down with Dr. Margolis via Skype to ask him how he feels about online classes and how he utilizes them within his teaching.
Most schools are migrating towards online learning and online education. When I started here 13 years ago, there were very few classes online. There are very few programs online. So when I came over to the Mass Communications Department, I said that this is one area that we can really grow in is online learning and potentially have our whole degree online. I'd like for at least us to have that option. I think it would open us up to more students who don't want to come to campus, they want to stay at home, but they still want to get a really good degree in mass communications. Well, let's offer them that really good degree online through Bloomsburg University. And I'm seeing it throughout the state system, I'm seeing it at small schools, I'm seeing it at large schools. Actually, I'm seeing a lot more distant education at small schools because they're trying to survive. They can't get students to campus, so they're saying, hey, we need to reach out to students in this online environment. So that's what they're really gravitating towards. I think students are really busy. A lot of my advisees have jobs, they have internships, they have 4 or 5 classes, they're commuting. So when you have an online class, again, you have that flexibility where you can take it anytime, anywhere. I think it's important to have that option for students. I think that some students do much better in a text-based environment, meaning that they would rather write me an email or write something in a discussion board instead of talking to me face-to-face. And that's fine. That's the type of world we live in now, that a lot of people don't work face-to-face. They work online. So, yeah, I think more schools are gravitating towards that online nature, again, because of the flexibility. Enrollments are dropping face-to-face. Students are taking classes in high school online. and they're taking them from home, and they want to stay at home. They don't want to go and move to Bloomsburg University. They want to stay in Philadelphia or wherever city or area they're from. So we're seeing a lot of changes going on in higher education, and the costs are a lot cheaper for distance education too. You think you don't? I teach my classes. I just got done recording a lecture, and I'm sitting here in my home office. Actually, it's in the basement of my home, but I'm sitting here. I recorded a lecture, and you know how much money it costs the school? Very little money, because I'm not in their building with the lights on, the heat on, all those other things that take place when you're in a building that the school owns. I'm at home. I'm using a computer that the university gave me, so it's pretty cheap for them to offer an online course.
Special thanks to Dr. Margolis for taking time out of his day to sit down and talk to us about online classes. See you next week to learn something new on Did You Know? Well, spring has sprung, and so has spring sports. Here's Jenna Kowalski with the highlights on the past 2 weeks in the Husky Sports Pound.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to another edition of the Husky Sports Pound. I'm Jenna Kowalski, your host for this week. Spring has sprung, and it's time to get into our spring sports that is offered here at Bloomsburg. But first, let's wrap up the Huskies' 2016 to 2017 basketball season. Unfortunately, the women's and men's team did not make it to the past second round of the PSAC tournament, so their postseason was short-lived. They did manage to accomplish some outstanding titles, though. Alex Ross and Morgan Klunk of the Huskies women's team were named the All-State PSAC second team. What a great note to leave Bloomsburg on. But that's not all. Christian Mornelit, the redshirt junior for the men's team, earned the All-PSAC first team honors. He was the first player at Bloomsburg to earn this award since 2011. He averaged 22.7 points a game and shot 45% from the field, which was the 15th in the PSAC. He blew away the competition with a league-leading 4.1 three-pointers per game. What a way to end his season. Fortunately, he will be back in November for another season. The Huskies swim team managed to make their way to nationals, the men taking 8th in the 400 free relay. All 7 of them earned the All-American status. Usbeck won the consolation final, which he was the 9th overall of the 100-yard breaststroke with a season best time of 53.98. Can't wait to see what they do next year. The Bloomsburg University men's outdoor track and field team opened the 2017 season with a solid showing at Dr. Jack Tom's Invitational, hosted by Lynchburg College on Saturday. The Huskies collected 6 PSAC qualifiers and also had one NCAA Division II provisional mark. Freshman Stephen Lard came up with the highlight of the day for the Huskies as he became a PSAC qualifier with the NCAA provisional mark of 62.89 meters in the javelin to win the event on Saturday. On the women's side, they got off to the right foot on Saturday with a total of 16 PSAC qualifiers and an NCAA provisional mark on the opening day of their outdoor season. 2-time defending PSAC outdoor champion in the long jump, senior Kaylee Caruso, wasted no time getting qualified for this year's outdoor championship when she posted a PSAC qualifying and an NCAA provisional mark of 6.08 meters to win the event on Saturday. She was only 0.07 of a meter short of tying her school record of 6.5 meters she set last season. The Huskies will return to actions next Saturday, April 1st, when they head to East Stroudsburg University to participate in a tri-meet. Kutztown will join East Stroudsburg and Bloomsburg at the event. Baseball has begun their 2017 season and are off to a strong start of a record of 12-9. They began their season in North Carolina and Virginia for their Builder Invitational, winning 5 of the 9 games. They then traveled back to North Carolina and went to Tennessee and won 6 contests out of 9. Tyler Benson has been leading the team in batting with a batting average of .388 along with 31 hits and 4 home runs. On the mound, Rutger Amalika leads the pitchers with an ERA of 2.2 and has won all games that he has started in, while Brett Amaleo has held the opposing team batting average down to .139. Now they have begun conference play and will start this weekend against East Stroudsburg. Softball, on the other hand, is not looking for the start they had hoped for an impressive 2016 season. They have a 7-11 record with tournaments in South Carolina, Virginia, and in Florida. Taylor Winkleman leads the team in most batting categories with a batting average with .379 and 22 hits. The preseason Division II honorable mention All-American Taylor Parker is off to a solid start. The Huskies pitcher has begun with an ERA of 2.89 along with an opposing batting average of .251. The Huskies are coming back home with a 7-game losing streak, hoping to crack it this weekend as they begin conference play in their PSAC title defense against Clarion. Once again, thank you so much for tuning in for another edition of the Husky Sports Pad. I'm Jenna Kowalski. Good night.
Finally, on this edition of In Focus, whatchamacallit's Corey Webb floats around the quad to discuss music, fashion, and food with students.
What's up, world, and welcome to Whatchamacallit. Today, we're going to float around campus and play this or that. Now, the objective is I'll simply ask the students about one topic versus another, and they'll tell me which one they'll choose in the long run. So let the games begin. Today we're here with
Deja McFall,
majoring in
communications
from
Philadelphia.
Thanks for joining us today, Deja. My first question is Drake or Kendrick Lamar?
Drake, and I say Drake because I can relate more groovy, you know. Kendrick, he's too analytical for me. I can't think while I'm trying to jam. So.
What Kendrick song confused you the most out of all the songs?
I can't tell you because I don't listen to him.
It's a tough one. I think Kendrick. I like Kendrick over Drake. I feel like Drake kind of soft. And, you know, Kendrick got better bars, honestly.
I'm going with Drake.
Why would you say Drake?
I just feel like he's a well-rounded artist, not just a rapper. You know? Rapping and singing, you don't get no better than that. So I'll just say that.
Kendrick.
Why would you say that?
Because I like his lyrics more.
I say Drake because Drake can touch on different genres of music. Like he can do the reggae, he can do R&B, he can also rap too.
Major key, DJ Khaled.
Yeah. Next question is Popeyes biscuits or Red Lobster biscuits?
Red Lobster biscuits.
Why would you say Red Lobster biscuits?
Because the cheese and it's warm and you get multiple while you're there. Popeyes just get one and it's kind of dry. You know?
I'm gonna have to go with Red Lobster biscuits for real, for real. I feel like Popeyes be too dry, man.
So what does Red Lobster have that Popeyes doesn't on their biscuits?
It's probably like the cheddar. You know, they put like the cheddar biscuit, set it off right there.
Oh, Red Lobster for sure. I don't know what they do to the biscuits, but
you like it?
Yeah, they perfected them.
Red Lobster.
Why would you say Red Lobster?
Cheesier. Yeah.
Or rat?
Red Lobster because they got the cheddar biscuits and Popeyes. And you always need like a glass of water to drink them drinks. Eat them drinks.
Major key, DJ Khaled.
Yeah. My next question is Nikes or Adidas?
Adidas.
Why would you say Adidas?
I just like Adidas better. It looks nice on girls. They have more girl fitting, you know, with the workout clothes.
I'm gonna go with Adidas on that one.
Why would you say Adidas?
I like where they going with their brand, you know. Like for a while they was kind of like behind, but they stepped it up. Got on some good artists, Pharrell, Kanye. It's a nice change.
So what's your favorite Adidas shoe?
I say like the NMDs. And I like those, you know, they comfortable, versatile. You can just throw them on and go, no matter what you got on, honestly.
I've been rocking the Nike really, but no disrespect to Adidas. I don't know, I feel Nike right now. I'll pick Nike over Adidas.
Nike.
Why would you say Nike?
They have better running shoes.
What's your favorite Nike shoe?
I don't know.
I say Nikes just because Nike has like a lot of workout stuff, and they got good shoes and they're really comfortable.
Major Key. Major Key. DJ Khaled.
Yeah. The next question is, would you rather receive a phone call or a text message?
Phone call, because it's quicker, easier, especially if it's something that I need answered fast right in there. I would say phone call.
I feel like that depends on who it is and what it's about. So if it's about something like business or something important, I'd rather have a phone call because text can get miscommunicated. But if it's just like general convo, I'll take a text message.
Why'd you say phone call? I don't got the patience to text.
I guess a text,
Why so?
because I don't have to answer it right away.
You one of them.
Say a phone call if it's important, but most of the time a text because I don't really feel like talking to people all that much.
Major Key. Major Key. DJ Khaled.
Yeah. My last and final question: Chick-fil-A nuggets or Chick-fil-A sandwich?
Oh, I had to go with the sandwich. It's pretty good with American cheese on it and some lettuce. The deluxe joint with the lettuce and the tomatoes and all that, with some Chick-fil-A sauce.
What is that? A number 3 or number 2?
The number 1, deluxe.
One.
That's the one.
I say go with a sandwich, you know, because the nuggets is not really gonna fill me up. And I ain't trying to eat 30 nuggets.
Both. I get both equally. Got the milkshake with it too. Another one.
Nuggets.
Why so?
They're just better.
12 or 8 piece?
8.
Chick-fil-A sandwich because sandwich is more filling and it just tastes better than the nuggets.
You're there first, Jimmy.
That's it for this week's edition of In Focus. Join us again next week for more stories of interest to BU students, faculty, staff, and the people of Bloomsburg and the surrounding communities. I'm Breon Young.
And I'm Madison Scheich.
Good
night.